Attention passionate Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Pittsburgh Steelers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Pittsburgh Steelers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Let's get to the news all right. Steelers Nation, buckle up because the NFL landscape is buzzing with some blockbuster rumors that could reshape the entire AFC North. And more importantly, give our beloved Steelers a massive boost heading into the final stretch of the season. Reports from some of the most trusted insiders in the league, including Adam Schefter, suggest that the Detroit Lions, currently sitting at 7-5 and facing a tight salary cap of around $15 million, are considering a bold move that could send shockwaves through the division and beyond. The rumor? Penei Sewell, the Lions' all-pro offensive tackle, could be heading to Pittsburgh in a trade that could change the game for the Steelers' offensive line and their entire playoff push. Now I know what some of you are thinking. A tackle? Really? But hear me out. Sewell, at just 25 years old, is a true cornerstone on offense. He's not just any tackle. He's widely regarded as one of the best in the league, especially among the younger generation. His career PFF grade sits at an impressive 89.6 overall, which places him as the third-best offensive tackle in the NFL right now. When you look at his run-blocking stats, he's even more dominant with a 95.2 grade, making him the second-best run blocker since 2021. For the 2025 season, he's posting an overall grade of 87.5 with a run-blocking grade of 91.5, again among the elite. What's more, Sewell's durability is a huge plus. He started 38 games before turning 23, and he's yet to miss a game due to injury. His ability to stay healthy and perform at this high level is exactly what Pittsburgh needs to solidify that offensive line and protect our quarterback. Speaking of protection, Sewell's impact on his current team, the Lions, has been significant. His presence has helped the Lions average just 1 sack allowed in 12 games this season, and his run-blocking prowess has helped Detroit average 4.8 yards per carry, an increase of about 1.3 yards compared to last season. His EPA per block, which measures the efficiency of his blocks, beats even some of the league's best, including Joe Thomas. PFF ranks him as the #1 young tackle under 25, and he's been a key reason why the Lions' offensive line, despite some struggles, remains a formidable unit when healthy. But why would Detroit consider trading Sewell? Well, the Lions are in a bit of a tricky spot. They're currently 7-5, aiming for a playoff spot, but their secondary is struggling, allowing roughly 22.8 points per game. They're looking to bolster that area, especially since the defense has been a weak link. Meanwhile, their offensive line has taken a hit. Losing Broderick Jones to an ACL injury has exposed some vulnerabilities, and their run game has dipped by about 10% in terms of efficiency. Detroit's management might see a trade for Sewell as a way to gain draft capital, specifically a first-round pick and a fourth-rounder for 2026, to restock their secondary and address other needs. From the Steelers' perspective, this could be a game-changer. Pittsburgh's offensive line has been a work in progress for a few seasons now, and with Kenny Pickett's development, having a reliable tackle like Sewell could be the missing piece to unlock our offense's full potential. Sewell's addition would significantly help in protecting our quarterback, especially with the ongoing issues we've seen with sacks and pressure. Our team has allowed around 28 sacks this season, and losing Broderick Jones to injury has made things even more urgent. Sewell's ability to anchor the line, especially in the run game, would give Najee Harris and Jaylen Warren more room to run, potentially boosting our rushing yards per carry from around 3.5 up to nearly 4.8, just like he's done for the Lions. And let's not forget, this potential move isn't just about plugging a hole, it's about transforming our identity on offense. Pittsburgh has historically been a team that values a strong ground game and solid pass protection, and Sewell could help us get back to that style of football. His presence would elevate our pass blocking into the top 10 units in the league, and with that, Kenny Pickett could have more time to find his receivers and make those big plays we've been waiting for. A more balanced offense means less pressure on our defense, which has been doing its part but could benefit from a more sustainable, consistent offensive approach. Now, on the defensive side of things, the Steelers aren't standing still either. While the big news is Sewell potentially bolstering our offensive line, it's also worth noting that adding a player like him could indirectly help our defense by giving us more control of the game clock and keeping our defense fresh. Less time on the field for opponents means fewer opportunities to score. Our linebackers and secondary have been playing well, but they're often under pressure because our offense sometimes stalls or turns over the ball. Improving our offensive line with a future Hall of Fame caliber talent like Sewell could be the catalyst for a more complete Steelers team that is built to contend deep into January. As for the timeline, insiders suggest that the trade could be finalized during the NFL's October 31st deadline, which is fast approaching. The Steelers have been known to make bold moves before, and with the team currently sitting at 6-6, every game counts. Pittsburgh's front office has shown a willingness to be aggressive, especially when it comes to building around the core of young talent like Kenny Pickett, George Pickens, and Cam Hayward. Adding Sewell would send a clear message that the Steelers are serious about making a deep playoff run and not just settling for mediocrity. Looking at the bigger picture, this potential trade fits into a broader strategy for the Steelers. Our team has always prided itself on grit, resilience, and building a team that can compete for championships over the long haul. Sewell, with his youth and elite talent, aligns perfectly with that vision. He'd be a cornerstone for years to come, much like the Steelers' legendary linemen of the past. Plus, with the AFC North currently being a competitive division, Baltimore, Cincinnati, and even Cleveland with Deshaun Watson, adding Sewell could tip the scales in our favor and help us reclaim our place at the top. Of course, nothing is set in stone, and there are still questions. Will Detroit actually pull the trigger? Will the Steelers be willing to part with their valuable draft picks, especially in a draft class that's loaded with talent? But if this move materializes, it could well be the move that propels Pittsburgh into serious Super Bowl contention. Imagine Kenny Pickett protected by Sewell, leading the charge with a balanced attack and our defense pinning opponents back. That's the kind of vision Steelers fans should be excited about. The upcoming weeks will be crucial. The trade deadline is always a whirlwind, and the Steelers have a history of making impactful moves at the right moment. Whether it's Sewell coming to Pittsburgh or not, one thing is for sure. This team has the talent, the leadership, and the grit to turn things around and make a real run. The AFC North is a war zone, but with the right pieces, especially a player like Sewell, the Steelers can be more than just contenders. They can be champions once again. And now, Pittsburgh Steelers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to US and TO, the Pittsburgh Steelers. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Pittsburgh Steelers news.